have pretty good contact with the irons, right?
Yeah.
Driver's been a little inconsistent. Misses typically curve to the right a little
Yeah.
bit. Yep. Do you pull them sometimes too?
Yes.
Yeah,
And then it'll be a pull with a
with the
slice.
slice. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a look at this swing. So first numbers I look at when I'm looking at iron swings, I look at your attack angle. Are you hitting, like I was telling you last night, are you hitting down on it? Does that give you a chance to hit solid? Yes, you are. -3. Then I look at club path. Are you swinging somewhat straight through impact? So yours is -6.8, so you're swinging quite a bit to the left.
To the left on that one.
Yep.
Okay, so that would be like an over the top.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
And so let's take a look at the swing here. So I'm just going to look through the whole thing and then, oh, I was kind of moving it, trying to get it.
Okay, yeah. I've never seen a picture of me swing either.
Really? Okay. So let's hit another one because I was moving the camera a lot. I want to get one with a little more stable cam.
Set up too close?
Maybe a touch. It's not terrible though. There's a lot of players that stand fairly close to it. It's okay to stand close to it. So good contact there. Okay. So the swing you felt was good. We look at the club path, still quite a bit left. Okay. So again, you got good attack angle on that. What I think's happening though is you're getting the attack angle from being what's called steep. So your club's coming in from the outside. So if we bring up a good player swing here, so we got Tommy Fleetwood. Let's kind of go through these together.
My hands are like way further.
Yeah, so you can see how he has like width is what you'd call that. So his arms are extended, and what you see, a big comparison between, you know, high level players and people who struggle a little bit is the right arm. So people who struggle a little bit, their right arm tends to get really like this, like yours is. It's really close to your right shoulder. Good players tend to have less than 90 degrees of bend in there. So they're really getting that club away from their head back there.
Okay.
Okay, and then let's just keep going down. Okay, what I like is your club head is starting to go back here. That's a very good thing. So you can see his does that. His club head's working backwards. That's called shallowing. And you really want the club to do that. You want the club head to go behind your hands early in the downswing. But yours, so his continues to drop until it'll get on his right forearm, and yours will start going out here. Oh, it did get down on the right forearm pretty good. So that's not bad, actually, other than the club face. So your club face is a little open there.
Okay.
So you want the club face turned down a little bit more there. And you can really see it in that position.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Like straight up and down instead of being more here.
So you can see yours is kind of angled back a little bit, where his is more straight up and down, and a lot of good players, I'll even see it angled the other way a little bit. And we'll see it more as we get, so there, the club face is kind of lined up with the shaft, and see how his is turning in from the shaft. Yours is still kind of lined up with the shaft, and his is really starting to turn in. So your club face is coming in pretty open, really close to the ball. And so then you have to really move the club head out and pull it across the ball to get it to try and start it left to play the fade.
So I need to be thinking. I need to be thinking.
So let's go up. Let's work on getting a better top of the backswing. So you want some width here. So not letting it get in here. Okay, some width here. And then as you come down, this is the feeling. So this is how you get the club face closed.
It's almost like you're rolling.
Rolling it, yep. Okay. So this is kind of more on top of the club instead of like underneath it.
Yep.
Okay. And this is bent that way. And then you're going to be able to let the club kind of trail your hands a little bit longer because the face is square.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's not as much like you're really getting here and then rotating your shoulders.
Yes.
It's like, because I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of maybe rotating a little early.
You are. Yep. And all that is to try and get the ball to start left because your face is open. Yeah. So you're doing a lot of things to try and get that ball to start left. So if you can have that club face get the ball going more online rather than using, moves that bring the club out, it's a lot easier to hit the ball.
And what should it be like here?
That's what you should feel. Yes. Okay. So it should feel like the club's inside your hands and kind of going like this.
Okay.
So it's like the club face is square back and inside your hands and going out like that. Okay.
What are you thinking through? Are you thinking like throw your hands?
So your hands you're going to feel more like you're throwing the club head out.
Throw it out?
Yep. Okay. As your hands work around to the left.
Out. Okay.
So, 1 second. Hello. Hey, what's up, Kent?
Not much. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I didn't know you had a lesson. So.
Oh, yeah. No, that's okay.
No, I just stopped in to chat a little bit about, your deal. But
okay.
I'll touch base. Are you working tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to play league golf right now. So.
Okay. Okay.
So,
sounds good.
I'll stop in tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're working tomorrow?
Yes, I'll work tomorrow.
Okay,
sounds good. See ya.
All right.
So the key is you don't necessarily want the hands to keep working out to the right. The hands work around the arc, but the club head's going to go from in to out. Yes. And what happens, so this is why good players get the club behind the hands early, which you're kind of doing. So the club goes back here. Yeah. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get the center of mass, which is about right there. They want that behind the direction their hands are going, okay? So that center, my hands are moving right here, that's behind it, because what happens is, if I have it behind right here, and then I rotate, then the club starts going out, and watch what happens to the club face. It just starts squaring naturally.
Okay.
What you don't want is it to be steep, and then like falling backwards.
Yeah.
Because then the club face, then it comes in open. So you do a pretty good job of already getting it back there, but if you just get a little bit of this twisting of the wrist, yes, but keep it back.
Like even clear back here.
Yep, that's kind of the feeling, yep. Okay. So it's behind your hands, and then from here, you can rotate your hands and have them go around, and that club head will start working out, and it'll start rotating on its own.
Okay.
And especially with a driver, you can get the club coming from the inside and squaring naturally. Yeah. You'll feel like you have to do less with your hands.
Okay. I wonder, my wrist has been hurting. It's probably because I'm trying to do all this crazy stuff.
Which wrist?
The left one.
Oh, okay.
What the heck I did.
Is it from golfing?
Oh, yeah. I felt it. Yes.
Dang.
Playing. But I don't like that. 160 carry with a 7-iron is.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's pretty inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like I could hit it 150 or I could hit it 170.
Yeah. Yeah. The problem with swinging left as far as you do is with an open face is the tendency is to want to push the club head forward to help the ball start left.
Yeah.
And anytime you push the club head forward, it hits the ground sooner.
So it's really inconsistent.
So yeah, it's hard to hit
Okay.
the ground in the right spot because you need to hit the ground in front of the ball. And if you're afraid of missing right or fading to the right, you're going to release it a little more forward and you're going to hit the ground early, and then you're going to have inconsistent carry numbers. Yep. Yeah. Yep. So really twist that face, get that face closed. Yep. Yes.
That's weird. Even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Probably like the feel is even more.
For sure.
than it
For
ends
sure.
up being, but-
For sure. Yep, we'll see it on here. You'll feel it and it probably won't move much, but just try it. Hey Brennan.
Hey.
I got a lesson. Can we talk in like an hour? Would that be
I
okay?
can just text you my question.
Okay. Yeah.
No problem. I heard it's all about to just
Yeah.
text you.
Okay. Sorry. Thanks.
No problem.
Reach back.
Okay, so you got one to turn left. Okay, good. Your club path moved a good 4 degrees to the right there. Good.
My arm didn't quite.
Yeah, you're not lifting your arms enough.
Still didn't get back far enough.
Okay. Okay, see that club face turning in more? So it's not riding in line with the shaft. That's good. It didn't go out quite as much, just a little bit. Okay, that's better. That's good movement on the first one. But what I'd like to see, so watch your follow through in real time.
Yeah.
So you stop right there.
Yeah.
And so like really good players will be, their arms will get way up here and all the way. But you've really had to stop your hands in the past to get that club moving left to start the ball left. And so it's like you've learned to stop your hands and then you don't really have a follow through. So that's because of the open face. So if you get that closed face or what's feeling closed and you can let that club follow, then you can really use your body to swing your arms through the ball. Because you can let the club follow more, which is the goal. If the club can follow more, follow your body, you'll hit it solid more often and you'll have more consistency. But it all starts with that club face. You got to get that club face.
Where's your, like, this arm should be, what, there when I stop?
I would say down a little bit more.
Down.
So the goal is to turn without moving your head. And so the only way to turn your body without moving your head is this has to go down, this has to go down, your hip, your knee, and this has to go up. So it's like a piston almost, like this. Yep.
Okay.
But you don't really have to think about that. It's just like turn without moving your head is kind of the thought. So it's like, just picture like you have this inclination to the ground, like you're bent forward this amount. And so you're just trying to keep in that little circle. The only way to do that, you really got to change what you're literally doing is, this and this. So you feel a side crunch when you do it. But but it's easier and simplified if you just think turn without moving your head.
What, you're going,
Yep.
like basically
That's-
once it hits your chin?
Yeah. I like what you're doing with your arms though. That's nice with the right arm. The club's kind of back. If you could just twist the face a little bit. Yep.
Do you think I need to do anything different with my hands?
Like your grip?
Grip wise?
That's a pretty solid grip. I like that grip.
Okay. Just gotta figure out how to keep it.
That's a nice position there. And I would like the club to close the face, get it back, and let that club follow as you swing your arms all the way through. Yep. Keep your hips and your shoulders turning. Yep. Okay. Whoa, you moved your club path almost to square there. Okay, your face didn't get closed. So 4.7 means your face was open. You had a nice attack angle there, down 5. That's what you see with good players on a 7-iron. Okay, it's better right arm there. The arms still haven't lifted much, but
Still get higher.
yep, that's okay though. It's shallowing. That's the key. Like, is that club head moving back behind the hand path? It is. That's really good. Okay, getting on your right forearm. Yeah, that face is just open, so that face needs to be closed. If you came from that angle with a square face, see how the face is just like in line with the shaft there? It's not closing in fast enough. But it came in from a nice angle. Yes, exactly. What you're rehearsing there. Yep. That's close though. That's really nice that you moved your club path that much. Yep. Yep. Okay, so that's when you released early. So you hit the ground too soon. So you can see it right here in your attack angle. All your other attack angles were 3 down, 4 down. This one's 1.2. So what that means is you did this. You let go of it too early and it hit the ground too soon. Usually people do that when they're afraid they're going to slice it to the right. So your club face probably didn't get closed enough.
Right arm still like.
Yeah. Oh, it's turning in there better. I bet it was actually more because of your right arm. So if you let it get really bent and you really let this go, the reaction is out. Right. Like,
Casting.
yeah, right. If it's out here, then you can go down more. Whereas if you really let go with these trail 2 fingers, then the opposite typically happens.
Okay.
So that one got thrown from the top, which made you hit the ground early. Because your club face actually wasn't bad there.
Yeah.
You could see.
It's like basically 0, right? Just.
Yes. I'm looking more early because what happens is as you release the club forward, the club rotates. So if I release it, it's gonna roll over. So you released it early, which makes it look like it closed, but it may not have actually been that way if you held the release correctly. That's the hard thing about golf is like you change one of those numbers and it affects almost all of them.
Yeah.
As your attack angle goes down, your path goes out to the right more. As your attack angle goes down, your face to path opens more. So like getting all the numbers to match up is really difficult, which is why it's so hard to hit good golf shots.
Yeah. It is. I know that much.
So let's get some nice width in your trail arm. Focus on getting that club face square by twisting the grip.
until I hit the ground, I think, again.
Yep. So you lost your attack angle, so you released it. And you released it early, and your face was still open, so that means it was really open. Yep, that's better. That's better width there. That was good.
That was basically the only thing I was trying
Yeah,
to
so you can
think about.
yeah, and so then you can see your left wrist here getting cupped a little bit, which opens the face.
So I gotta get it here.
Yes. So yeah, you can see the face is trailing right in line with the shaft instead of turned in. Yep, it's way back there. And it just goes in open the whole way. Yeah. So yeah, getting that width. So let's go up to the top of the swing. So keep that width, and then it's like, yes, like that, as much as you can. Yes. Yes.
It feels so weird.
Yeah. It should feel like you have no power back there, is what I've typically felt.
Okay.
Like, it's just like, how am I going to
When
hit it
you're
hard?
dropping, how far are you dropping, Mike?
So what happens is you take it up to the top of your swing. As you start to move forward, your arms just lower to your side.
Yeah.
And then that gets the club in kind of that shallow position. And then you start rotating. And then,
So you almost want it here before you're
yeah,
even
yeah.
firing your hips.
Yeah, it'll feel like your arms are starting first. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And that should help you keep it square. Because, like, as you fire your hips, like, it kind of like drops the shoulder, and that's hard to keep that wrist bent back to keep that face square. Okay, so everything was open again. Good right arm there. That's much better structure at the top of your swing.
I feel like my wrist is a little better.
Yeah, it is. That face is better there too. Let's see what happens. Oh, there it's open.
There it's still
Yeah.
open.
So it's tilted back a little bit. We want it tilted forward a little bit.
Almost like it was good until about right here.
Yeah.
And then I think I went
Yes,
here
exactly.
instead of-
Exactly. Yep.
I really tried
So
to
pull
roll
that
my-
that back at setup a little bit. Yep. Yeah, even pull that foot back a little bit. So you can kind of just feel and visualize. Yes. And that, yep, that wrist is turning down. Yes. Good. Yes.
Almost like you're hitting it with the back of your wrist.
Heck yes. That's exactly what you should think.
Oh, that feels weird. Because I'm basically, and this is probably a baseball thing, it's like you used to always lead with the.
Yes. That's one of the hard. There's two things about baseball that make golf really hard. Staying back on your trail side, which you need to do in baseball,
Yeah.
and that makes you pull across and slice
Yeah.
it. So if my weight's here, like then my arms go here. If my weight moves forward, then my arms go out to the right.
Yeah.
And then yes, you're right. This move
That path and
where it's gotta like the club face has to turn down. Yep.
All right.
I do notice you get your weight quite a bit on your right foot in your backswing. So it's like, that's okay. You just got to really move
Make
it
sure
to,
I get back.
you got to get back. Yep. Because you want your weight forward. The only way you can get shaft lean,
Yeah.
you know, you kind of release it where your centers are, the center of your hips and the center of your shoulders. So if they're even with the ball, like your hands will get here and release, and then it's straight up and down. Like they got to be a little forward, and then your hands can get forward, and then you have that shaft lean.
Yeah.
All right, you got that one square. Good. Face to path 2.3 closed. Good. Tack angle went down a little bit there.
You didn't
Okay.
really get it reached back very good.
Yeah, not better than you started, but yeah, it could be a little better. Just a touch open. Yeah, it's not quite turning in early enough, and then you rotate it hard there. Okay. So it did get,
So,
yeah, you kind of released it a little bit. It's getting to the ground there.
my attack angle wasn't very good.
Yeah. So you got the face square because you released it hard. So we want to be able to hit it straight like that while holding it back. So like if your face is right here, let's say,
Yeah.
you can release it and get it square, but then you'll hit the ground too early. So I want my face here so that I can hold it back a little bit and still get square. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's got to feel a lot more closed to you, and then you can let the club head trail your hands a little bit more. More. Twist the face more while keeping it
That
back.
was a cast, though.
Yep. So it's like while keeping it back. It's like this. Your wrists don't move that way very well, do they?
No.
Okay. So let's get a little bit stronger grip.
Stronger meaning
Yep. Just a little bit. You don't got to do it a ton.
this one stay below then?
So I always think about the V's. So if they go right to your right shoulder, that's a pretty neutral grip. Let's get them kind of going to the outside.
This one?
Yep, both of them. Yep, just a little bit stronger since your wrist can't do that well.
Okay.
So now it should start to feel like the face is getting pretty close to you. That seemed pretty good. All
I
right,
think I might have hit the ground
a
first.
little bit. Yeah, attack angle is only 1.4 down. Yep, so you can see your lead wrist really sticking up there. Yep, and turning that club face. So right here, I'd like to see it like in line with the back of your arm, and it's still kind of angled back. And here it's quite a bit angled back. So yeah, quite a bit open there. You're getting it to come more from the inside though. Like you can see the club's like
Yeah.
going from the inside more, that's a good start. If you could just get that face a little more close so that you don't have to release it early,
Yeah. And then everything will be better.
then you'll be able to hit it solid consistently. Because the club can trail from the inside. So a little bit stronger grip. Yep. That sounded solid.
That sounded better.
Yeah, attack angle went down there. Club path almost square. Good. Just slightly open face at impact. Okay.
The leg thing I do normal.
What?
Do people
In the
kinda like-
backswing?
Yeah.
Or what are you talking?
Right
Oh,
there,
that?
like that little lift of my heel.
That is, it's okay. What's concerning, I mean, what hurts is your hips are very level there.
They need to be tilting.
So, like, yeah, right, exactly. So, and it's just because your whole weight's moving to your backside, and that makes everything very level. So if you turned a little bit more forward, yep. But you'll want to do that once you start getting the face a little more closed. right now it's very hard for you to get on your front side with an open face because you're wanting to swing left. Okay, that's closer. It's still a little open. Okay.
Like good until I get here.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of turning in there. So see, like remember your first ones, it was like right in line with the
Yeah.
shaft. It's turning in a little better there. So it's starting to turn in a little sooner. And that's all we want. We want that face turning in sooner. That was better. And rotate. That's much better. Which it was a better shot, so that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I
But yeah,
I hit it 165 instead of 150 or whatever it was.
yeah, you'll see quite a bit more distance once you can start doing it correctly. Because the open face, you know, you're just adding loft. You're turning a 7-iron into an 8-iron or whatever. When really good players turn a 7-iron into like a 6.5 iron.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the forward shaft lean. Yep. So yeah, stronger grip. Keep it coming from the inside. Really try and close that face and let it trail behind your hands. Yep.
Try to move my hips a little bit.
Yeah, that could help you get your hands ahead, but you're really gonna have to get the face closed. So I think you tried to close it by releasing it. Yep, you lost attack angle. Yep, still open there. So turning in pretty late. And then you released it and it hit the ground. Too soon.
Was the turn better?
Oh, okay.
It's still pretty flat.
Yeah, but you can see there's definitely more tilt down there.
Yeah.
So your shoulders are kind of over rotating there. So you're really turning your shoulders a lot there. So what it'll feel like is it's going to feel like, you know, your shoulders are kind of staying square, but they're still turning, right? Like, because they're turning more up and down instead of around this way.
Okay.
So what you'll feel like is it's staying a lot more square.
Yeah, but what the heck was I doing? This move?
So
It's
this
like
goes,
almost like you need
yeah, it almost will feel like that.
punch in.
Yep, and this won't be going so far back this way. It'll be staying more like this and more like that. See how it feels like you're really square there?
Yeah.
And then the shaft gets back from your wrists. Yep. Yes. And so you can still swing from the inside even though it feels like you're going to swing steeper, right? Because your shoulders feel like they're square. So everything's going to feel like it's more in a straight line, which is easier to do. Yep. Yeah. If you could do that, that looks simple. I know it probably doesn't feel simple, but if anything we get today, I'd really like the face to start getting square early because none of this stuff is like, you're not going to be incentivized to do any of this stuff if your face is open. Because that open face is what's making you want to do all the other stuff that you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the other stuff you're doing is to try and get your path to go left. And you're going to continue to want your path to go left if that face doesn't start making the ball go left. So if the ball's ever going right, you change it by doing this. So if you hit a slice to the right, don't ever like pull it left or fall backwards or release early. Like all those things make you hit the ground first.
Turn the club.
Turn the club, yep. I like that you're putting it back in your stance. That's good. All right, good. That one went left.
Felt weird.
So you got the good attack angle. Your club path kind of went a little more left on that one. Okay, so you're pretty level on that one. You kind of went back. It's just everything's really on your right foot there, which is causing that. But then you replant and kind of recenter, so that's a good move. So you're starting to move forward. Ooh, that's a better club face. See how it's turned in a little bit? Good. It's still a touch open, but it's almost in line with your back of your arm there. Yes, much better face. Okay, so see it kind of turning in a little sooner. It's a little outside there. So we kind of want the club head like more in here so it can trail the inside of the ball, but at least the face is turning in. See how it's like kind of looking at the ball there?
Yeah.
You got a much better chance. You're squaring it early. And that's what good golfers do. They get that club face, it's square here, just kind of trailing at the ball the whole time. Where, what you're doing is it's open here, open, and then you're trying to you're trying to release it forward and roll it at the last second. That was much better. If you could get that club path coming a little bit more inside with that face, we're in good shape.
Oh, that was ground.
Yep. So your tag angle is actually up on that. So really release that one.
What are you?
Just a little open. You got it from the inside. Yep, you just got it square and from the inside and released it early, and it hits the ground right there.
Yeah. What do you like when you're coming through? Are you thinking like elbow? Here, is it?
So it's really like if there's a wall right here.
Yeah.
Say go up to your backswing. Okay, I'm gonna stand here. Go all the way up. Okay, now swing down and don't hit me. See how much inside that has to go? That's how good players swing.
Where I'm like.
Exactly. Watch this. And I can pull up any single. Brooks Koepka does it really well. So if we put club head trail. So watch this.
Oh yeah.
See how much inside?
Way.
So
Where
and
I'm like following the same path.
yeah, yours would be following the same path. And that's what an early release looks like, is it shoots out here and it's going out and you're losing a ton of speed.
This is my tracking here.
Yep.
Which is all over the place.
Well, your takeaway is quite a bit inside, but you actually bring the club down. Let's see if I can get a face on. That'd be a good thing to work on. We just don't have a ton of room. I don't think I can get the club head. I'll try.
Because then I'm like, you can see in that it's swinging left.
Yes, right. Yep, you can see it.
This way instead of that loop needs to be this way.
Yeah. So they're looped from behind. It goes from the inside and then to the inside. Like it's. Let's see here. Where's yours? Oh no, yours is coming.
But this one's the back down.
Yeah.
It's coming from the outside, right?
I think this is your follow through.
Oh.
So I think this is your downswing.
Okay.
So I think you're coming from the inside, which your club path was only 2.5 degrees to the left. So yeah, it would come. No. But you just released it early, so you lost all your attack angle. Oh no, your club path was 1.8 to the right. I was looking at his.
Oh,
So you were swinging to the inside, but your attack angle was +1 because you hit the ground early, so you released it. But yeah, let's see if we can get a look at the club path here. Let me try and
it's like reach up and then.
okay, I might be able to get it. We'll try. See if I can zoom out. Yeah, go ahead and try.
That shot right.
Yep. And that's what it's going to do if you try and do that. You got to really get the face.
Back to square.
Yeah. Come on, give it to me. Oh, good.
So when you're saying I'm taking away inside, I'm getting too far here.
Yep. You roll it, so you really roll your lead forearm, which rolls the club inside. So the way to not do that would be to feel like this does not rotate at all, like this.
And then you're coming.
Which might. But see how like Brooks Koepka's that early line. Oh, let's compare it. And this is where your backswing hurts you a little bit. See how his early line really drops inside, and yours goes outside. That's a lot because of the right arm. So you get it really close to you at the top, and then the reaction. Yep, it casts out, but then it does go inside there, which is why you can get attack angle. So if it didn't go inside at all, you wouldn't get attack angle, but you're probably getting that from moving forward. And you can see there's not a ton of shaft lean there. It's pretty straight up and down. Let's bring up another player. Who's a good one?
So you're feeling that same thing with the driver too?
Yes. Yep. Justin Rose, does he have an iron? No. Oh, Max almost good. Oh yeah, he's got a face on. So let's look at Max's. So you can see trails inside right away. Kind of loses it there. But this is a position I see all the time. So their hands are almost in front of their thigh and the club is parallel to the ground, meaning they've held that release.
They're already here. Like they're way forward.
Yeah, they move forward for sure. But let's see here. I mean, we can take a look at player box. So we can compare that, because I think you move forward.
I feel like I stop or something. I don't know.
So yeah, he's slightly more forward. You can see his right shoulder's inside the box, and yours is slightly outside. But you've kind of moved forward, like you're.
Yeah.
So I don't really think.
That attacking is good.
Yeah. So it's more of what are the wrists doing? What are your arms doing? So if you have more width up here, they won't want to go more out like that. Like you lose width. Yep, there. If you got there, I think you would increase on the way down. So it'd be like this. You know, just like if I was standing here, how do you get it inside of me? Yes, exactly. Yes. The hands really have to move forward before that club starts dropping in. But you have to get the club face square to do that. So otherwise it's going to go way right. Like you did it there. Like you got a
just
6-degree
went way
down.
right.
Yep. So the more the attack angle increases, the more the face to path is open. Because
So you gotta really get it close.
yeah, right. Because it's like that thing, right? Like if it's back here and I release it, well, the club face gets kind of square, but I lose all my attack angle.
Mhm.
So if I'm going to hit it back here on my arc, because this face, as it's going forward, this face is closing faster, even in the best swings. When they say their face is square to their arc, they say that on TV. It's not.
Yeah.
The best, they've measured it. The best players in the world with the best swings, their face is constantly closing to their arc the entire swing. And so the further back in your arc you hit it, the more open the face is. So if you want to hit it back on your arc more and get a little more attack angle, you really got to close that face more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. So then
Basically, if
do
you hold,
think it'd be better if I were more middle then with the ball, because I was like, you know how.
I like so the more back in your stance you hit it, the better chance you have of hitting it back in your arc, which gives you better attack angle.
Oh, okay.
So I like that for you,
Yeah.
and it should move your path. So the further back in your arc, so your arc is always working in to out until it hits the bottom, then it's working up and left. So the further back you hit it on your arc, the more in to out you're swinging too, which are all good things. So more downward attack angle, more in to out is all good things for you if you can get that club face square. So just strengthen that grip. Stay nice and wide at the top with your arms. And close that face early. Twist it. That sounded pretty good. That feel good?
Felt like I was pretty inside. Yeah. I mean, it feels weird, but
Whoa. 175 carry? You like that?
yeah, that'd be nice. Did I get my hands in?
Okay, so it's starting to come in earlier. I mean, that's pretty good right there. So your hands are in front of your thigh. That shaft is almost parallel. You have a lot more shaft lean there.
Yeah.
What was your attack angle? Yeah, negative 3.8.
That's why it flew.
And that's why it went far. Yep.
Okay.
But see how you're really breaking down at this point? So
Yeah.
see your left arm?
It felt like a weird follow through.
I think that's always your follow through.
Okay.
So see how they really extend? Yours is, your hands really, yeah, your hands really stay close to you there. That's a move to bring the path left. That's what people do to bring their path left. Okay. If I keep my arms straight, they keep working down the line more. So that's again a result of an open face where you're really trying to pull your path left. But I wouldn't, hopefully naturally that kind of works itself out. But the feeling through impact is, you know, that face is square early, you're hitting it back in your arc, hitting it down, and extending through the ball. Yep. Yep. And if your face is square, you're kind of incentivized to do that because you want it, eventually you'll want to stop that face from closing.
Right.
And then that's what you'll do. Right now you're trying to do everything to like get that path left and close that face, and so you're
All right. So what at home should I just be?
I would
Just stand against a wall and.
yeah, so I would swing face onto a mirror. I'd work on, you know, turning, trying to keep your head still, and just having that nice width. Because if you don't have that width, if it comes in here, then it's going to go out on the downswing, right? So have that nice width, and then from down the line, It's like as you come down, make sure that face is turning in early. Turn in, turn in. And then I would, if you have like soft foam balls, I would get to this position here and just practice to straight arms. Turn and straight arms. So it should just feel like that club is following. The club is just, it's just dropping. Like, see how my wrists are just dropping the club? I'm not forcing it ahead. I'm not like trying to rotate it. It's just dropping in straight arms. And that's when it's easy, right? When your wrists only have to just drop the club on the ball. If they have to like release it and rotate it, it's really inconsistent. Yeah, that's a nice rehearsal. Like that's what the wrist should do. And your arms are going straight through.
Feel like it's pretty closed.
Yeah. And the club's inside your hands, the direction your hands are going. So then it can work out. But your hands don't work out. Your hands work around. Yep. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll try again.
It's a lot. I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
But if you can kind of just understand it all, like what's happening, you could start to fix yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, nice job.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, nice work.
I'll come back maybe next week.
Okay.
See how it goes.